Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is qualifying for race number 5 in season number 3 of the NOFSRL ARCA Racing Series presented by Krispy Kreme. We come to our second short track of the season here at the Toledo Speedway for the Menards 200 tomorrow afternoon at 5 p.m. A pretty fun race here because at this short track, passing is a little bit more frequent than it is at South Boston. So watch out for the guys moving their way through the field in tomorrow's event. Colton Yo, first driver out there on the racetrack. Coming into this race, Derek Hamill is the points leader, and he holds the largest point lead of any driver so far this season with 15 points ahead of Daytona winner Julius Anderson. So after Derek Campbell got the win at Watkins Glen last week, he's definitely looking very strong. Like I said about that Watkins Glen race, the winner of that event has won the championship the past 2 seasons. So we're going to have to watch for Hamill this season. Colton Yo out here in the number 5. And this is going to be a very interesting session with all these guys coming off the racetrack here. These guys trying to clock in fast times. Colton Yo still the fastest with a 17.014. There's Derek Hamill. He's already got some contact. That's how tight this place is. These guys coming off the racetrack and trying to get times in while they're coming off and everything. It's just all over the place for these guys. So, not entirely sure what to expect in this one. And also, we might have a bit of an issue with a couple guys in the back of the field because, well, actually, I don't think we do because they have their pit stalls right there. That's Jonathan King in the last pit stall, so hopefully he gets out there and, initially, this racetrack only holds 33 drivers, including the player. We had to extend it to 35 so that everybody could actually start the race, and that's why you see Jonathan King and I believe it'd be Tyler Markle, who would be having those pit stalls right at the end of the field right there. Actually, no, not Tyler Markell. Nathan Faden's in the 98. 78 is Tyler Markell. Close enough there. To the top of the board, Nick Kennedy is going for his second pole in a row. He got the pole at Watkins Glen. He now has the fastest time here at Toledo. Colton Yo is second fastest. Then it's Isaac Redmond in the number 28. Carter Friesen and Nathan Faden, the top 5. 2G Armachuk, Nick Smith, Erica Douglas. Defending Menards 200 winner, Brad Stover. And the number 15 of Nathan Stapleton. Locate Brad Stover on the racetrack here. He won his first career Napa Fan race here 1 year ago. Actually, a little bit more than a year ago, but there he is in the number 27. He's right now 10th fastest as Nathan Faden has just gone to the top of the board in the number 98. Gotta locate him, and there he is, the outside of Michigan winner Fisher G. Great run there for Nathan Faden, 2/1000ths of a second faster than Nick Kennedy right there. Justin Zidell is third. Colton Yo, Isaac Redmond, Nick Smith, Tucci Armachuk, Trey Bartow is now in the 8th position. Ryan Kinghart and Carter Friesen. And one last thing I like to mention about this place. I have never had this issue before. Tucci Armachuk just went to the top of the board in the 54. He's not had the best of seasons coming up to this point, and Brad Stover just went to second. Tyler Markell to third. So Faden falls back to 4th, and Kennedy's going to fall to 5th. Adam Pinchon is 7th fastest, right now 8th. As I think Ryan Kinghart just went to 8th now because Nick Smith just went to the top of the board in the number 7. The Season 1 ARCA champion, looking to get his first win in the series since, I think it might have been Watkins Glen in Season 1. I think he's only got 1 career win in the ARCA Series, and that was Watkins Glen in Season number 1. So it's been a very long time for Nick Smith since he's won in this series. Because Season 1 was early 2016, not late 2016, so we had quite a while in between Season 1 and Season 2 for this series. Colton Yo goes to the 2nd position. Ryan Kinghart, Tucci Armachuk, and Nick Kennedy. Now Adam Pinchon goes to 3rd. Anyways, what I was about to say, and this is a very, very strange thing. This is the day version of Toledo, as you can see. Dylan Young the 2nd, by the way. And if I run this with clear weather it's at night. But this is the day version. I have to run cloudy weather to get the day version of the racetrack. So we're going to have a cloudy race tomorrow, guaranteed. I do not understand it at all. And another change right there. Trying to explain this, but they just keep on changing that top spot. And it looks like Tyler Markel's going to start on pole tomorrow. The number 78. Where is he? There he is right there. So Markel, Nick Smith, Dylan Young, Yarmachuk, and after all that, Colton Yo, I should say, is 5th fastest with Nick Kennedy 6th fastest.
Drivers to your
Oh, that was a very entertaining session right there, and that was all over the place. But Markel with the pole, the number 78. I know he's won before, but I don't know when it was. It was a long time ago. Nick Smith, Dylan Young, the possibility of getting his first career Napa fan win. 2G Armachuk, Colton Yo, Nick Kennedy, Adam Pinchon, Ryan Kingart, Brad Stover, and Nathan Faden. The top 10. Take a look at the rest of the results right there. It does not appear that anybody failed to qualify like Marty Johnson did last weekend, and it does appear that nobody tied. So that is how they will line up for tomorrow's Menards 200 here at the Toledo Speedway. But while I was saying there, trying to get this racetrack, just clicking realistic weather, and it was always running under night. But this is the day version, as you can see. When I change the weather to cloudy, it runs under the daytime. But if I change it to clear, it's under the lights. And this is the same racetrack. So I do not have any freaking clue why it's doing that. Never had that happen to me before. But it's going to be a cloudy race tomorrow. And Markel is going to start on the pole in the number 78 alongside Season 1 champion Nick Smith. So let's see how it all goes down tomorrow morning tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow's a Friday. We're not doing morning. Tomorrow afternoon for the Menards 200 at Toledo Speedway. Up next right here, the NOFSRL Turkey Hill Truck Series qualifies for the Carhartt 400K from the Texas Motor Speedway. So stick around for that one. Congratulations to Tyler Markel, and I will see you guys later. Hello, everybody. This is Napa Fan here, and this is qualifying for race number 5 in season number 5 of the NOFSRL Turkey Hill Truck Series. We are here at the Texas Motor Speedway for tomorrow night's Carhartt 400-kilometer race. 34 laps tomorrow night around the Texas Motor Speedway, and another one of these mile-and-a-half racetracks. And fun thing about this place is that passing isn't super frequent and predictable like it has been in the past 2 mile-and-a-halfs we've gone to, like Atlanta and Charlotte last weekend. And speaking of Charlotte, there is your defending winner here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series, Roger Ray, who grabbed the victory at the Charlotte Motor Speedway last weekend. And one other thing I'd like to point out, you didn't hear it with the ARCA qualifying, and you won't hear it with the ARCA race, but we do have a new sound pack, and it's not really a new sound pack because we used to use this one back in 2016 and early 2017 until something happened, and I wasn't aware that it changed until somebody told me. I can't even tell the difference actually when it switched, but yeah, we got a more realistic sound pack now, and the sound should be a little more immersed than what it has been. So definitely looking forward to that. Roger Ray at the first time, 30.739 for the Kyle Busch Motorsports driver. Andrew Ross now top of the board in the number 21 machine. Locate him. He's drafting off of Ashlyn Boyd in the number 18. And getting a good starting position for this race is probably a good thing. This version of Texas is the older version of Texas, just with lights and safer barriers for the most part. We also cannot have pit stops at this version, but that's okay because they don't come down the pit lane in the Turkey Hill Truck Series, so no worries in that department. Ashlyn Boyd definitely giving Andrew Ross a huge jump there. Andrew Ross still top of the board, and he improved his time. Only he and Ashlyn Boyd are under 30 seconds right now, with Roger Ray 3rd, Chris Tejada 4th, and Noah Clifton in the 5th position. There's our points leader, Audra Baranowskis in the 04. 120 points towards the championship for her. Nicholas Samadeo was 3rd, and Ashlyn Boyd ended up beating him. It's still Andrew Ross, the fastest guy in town, and he has actually had the fastest lap 3 consecutive laps in a row. So this guy looks pretty fast, and it was this truck that won here at Texas earlier in the year in the Camping World Truck Series. So, might be seeing that 21 in victory lane once again. Of course, like I said, the older version of Texas, so turns 1 and 2 are the same bank as turns 3 and 4, like they used to be. And this race is a lot like the Texas we go to in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. It just has more modern graphics to it, basically, and safer barriers. And it's under the lights, but the race is going to be very similar. Passing's not going to be super frequent here, but it's definitely going to be possible. But they're going to spread out a little bit more than they did at Charlotte last weekend. They were pack racing that entire time. I don't think we're going to see that tomorrow night. But I could be wrong. The downforce on these guys is incredible. And they have definitely raced very close all season long. New fastest guy in town. His name is Alexander Rowe in the number 83. Johnny Gardner is now second fastest. Matt Tuck. And now Matt Delio in the 75 to the top of the board for Otter Island Motorsports. That's the first time we've seen Dalio top aboard this season. It's Dalio, Rowe, Gardner, Tuck, Salzman, number 55, Gatlin Downey, Nicholas Samedeo, Matthew Brown, and Andrew Ross. Nicholas Samedeo came oh so close to winning the inaugural Texas race in the Turkey Hill Truck Series back. It was almost pretty much dead set 3 years ago. But it was coming out of turn number 2 on the final lap. He was going around a lap car and hit the outside wall right there. And Riley White came home with the victory in the inaugural Carhartt 400K. Other winners of this race include John Arndt, Texas native, and we'll have him in the booth for the race tomorrow. Most likely, Marty Johnson, who won this race last season. Looks like Matt Dalio's got a solid position right now. In the number 75, Alexander Rowe. Audra Baranowskis to third. She has been lighting it up all season long. He's led in the points for 3 consecutive races, so ever since she won in Atlanta, she's been top of the point standings, and with a third-place run right now. Now, fourth place is Matthew Brown, just went to the third position for Friesen Motorsports. There he is. Jesse Turner is now 6th fastest. Johnny Gardner, John Arndt, Season 3 winner here. Dale Salzman and Gatlin Downey. Great run there for John Arndt. Great run for Jesse Turner. Had a great run at Charlotte. Led the most laps at Charlotte. Got an extra bonus point for doing that. And there he is in the 97. 6th fastest, and I believe he actually started 6th last week as well at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Johnny Gardner is 7th fastest. He started on the pole last weekend. Starting to see a bit of a pattern out of those guys. They seem to be running pretty well on these mile-and-a-half racetracks. Of course, we've yet to go to a mile-and-a-half where we have a curved front straightaway. We've had the double dogleg in all 3 of the mile-and-a-half races so far this season, but this is the last one of those types of mile-and-a-half racetracks, that being Atlanta, Charlotte, and Texas. I think it's 2 weeks from now we go to Chicagoland. That's the first of... well, first of 3, I think, that have the curved front straightaway. And then you got Homestead, which is just a perfect oval. And that's it for Carhartt 400K qualifying. And the pole sitter will be Matt Dalio in the number 75. Alexander Rowe, Matthew Brown, Audra Baranowskis, Matt Tuck, Jesse Turner, Johnny Gardner, John Arndt, Dale Salzman, and Gatlin Downey. The top 10. Take a look at the rest of the results from qualifying. That's where everybody's going to be starting for tomorrow night's 34-lap event. Another doubleheader. We got ourselves the ARCA Racing Series from Toledo at 5 p.m. and then the Carhartt 400K from the Texas Motor Speedway, that being at 6. All on Napa Fan. So definitely check them out. It's going to be fun. We actually have a 3-way tie for a position right there between Dale Salzman, Gatlin Downey, and Nicholas Samedeo. That's the only tie we have. So those guys will be put in their respective positions from where they are in points. But other than that, that is how they will line up for tomorrow night's race here from the Texas Motor Speedway. Matt Dalio, he won the first ever pole on Napa Fan, and he's got this one here at Texas in the number 75. See you guys tomorrow for the Menards 200 from Toledo and the Carhartt 400K from Texas in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. I will see you guys later.